never even dreamt of becoming a professional athlete. This quadruple amputee has turned into a huge inspiration for all of us. Meet Shalini Saraswathi.
Did lose all of my limbs, it was probably a really low time in your life. You really don't know where you stand. There's a lot of questions in terms of what your future really looks like. You're not really sure where you're going to head. You're not sure of a lot of things. So then being able to run and was for me a way of feeling okay about my life, becoming okay about the person that I was, being able to accept my disabilities. So it was a process along the way, and I definitely think that running was played a huge role in healing. It was almost therapeutic, I would say. And it helped me get better at becoming a better person, and maybe even becoming, okay within here, to feel okay about what's happening with your life. The 2 years was a haze because you didn't know whether you were coming or going, or whether you were going to live or not live. So obviously those moments are very difficult to kind of think and figure out what I was doing during those 2 years, because for the longest time I didn't know if I was going to heal. I didn't know if I was going to lose my limbs or not. I wasn't sure of anything. I just lived one day at a time. And tried to get through that one single day in those 2 years. I tried to fill my life with as many things as I possibly can. Like I read like my life depended on it. I started to learn classical music. So I think I tried and did a lot of things in those 2 years to try and keep myself sane as much as possible. And it was always a wait. I think waiting for something to happen in your life is one of the most difficult things, especially when you don't know what is going to result in. So the 2 years, for me, maybe it was okay because the 2 years also gave me enough time to become okay with the fact that I might have to lose my limbs. It wasn't an overnight decision. It wasn't sudden. I had time to kind of think through it, cope through it, and by the time I'd reached amputation, I knew that was the best decision for me, because it meant that I no longer had to sit at home for all through the day. It meant I could go out, I could do other things in my life. So the 2 years was to some extent retrospection, to really go through your life and figure out what you did right or wrong, and you spend a lot of time in those 2 years trying to understand why you deserve this, or why did this happen to you. And I think it's a little different because the prosthetics are there, and I probably have to plan my day a lot more in advance. I can't probably just get up and decide to take my car and go for a drive. Or I always have to think about, do I have a support system? Is there somebody going to be there with me? So I think today the number of things that I have to think about are a lot more different. And having poetry or having things like that really works. Because it gives you a place to put your dark, angry thoughts into. So I discovered to write absolutely much later that I didn't even know I could do it. And maybe those are the pluses of having to go through sometimes some difficult parts. I think, I don't think my friends or anybody see me any differently. They still think I'm mad, and they still see me for the person that I am. I think the only advantage that they see now is that, I probably get them better tables at restaurants or that when we're going through airport security, I'm the first one that clears it and they don't have to stand in the queues. So I think that's some of the advantages that they kind of take home about. We can go to a bar and this gets us entries no matter what time of the day it is, and the bartender always gives you an extra drink because they really don't know how to say no. So I think those are the advantages.
When she came, she could not even walk about 1-2 steps properly. She was imbalanced. From there, we have come up to a level where we kept a goal initially that she will be running 10K, PCS 10K. where she participated twice and she was able to finish it, and with a wonderful timing of 1 hour 10 minutes. Then I wanted to push her literally, so now we are into para association and para athletics, professional athletics, where she had got to the Asian Championship. I'm pushing her in 100 and 200 meters.
I sometimes think that if it wasn't for the disability, I would have led a very mediocre life, 9 to 5 job, and done the things that most people today would have done. And the disability gave me the courage to probably look at life very differently and be very grateful for every single thing that I have.